Patagonia or North Face? Today I have with me the extremely popular North Face Aconcagua 3 and the fan favorite Patagonia down sweater hoodie. I'm going to be rating each jacket based on its functionality, its fit, its warmth, and overall value. At the end of the video, I'm going to tell all scores, and we're going to find out which is the better down jacket. So keep watching. Let's start off with the Patagonia down sweater hoodie. This jacket retails for $329. So many people swear by Patagonia for its quality and sustainability. Let's see if their best-selling down sweater hoodie is worth the hype. Starting off with the material, the shell and lining is made from 90% recycled ripstop nylon. For installation, this jacket is filled with 90% goose down and 10% feather, giving it an impressive fill power of 800. The jacket weighs in at 437 grams. Now let's talk about the features of the Patagonia down sweater hoodie. It has a DWR coating so light rain and snow will beat off, but it's not designed to be fully waterproof or windproof. You get 5 pockets total, 2 zipper hand pockets at the waist with no fleece lining, so it's not very warm. A vertical zip pocket on the inside left chest, which doubles as a stuffed sack for packing the jacket down, and 2 large elastic pouches inside that are great for large items. The inside is lined with 100% polyester, and at the hem you've got an adjustable draw cord so you can seal out drafts and fine-tune the fit. For hardware, the jacket uses YKK zippers. One downside is that there is no two-way zip. There's a storm flap underneath the zipper but not over. At the cuffs, you find thin elastic binding that doesn't look like it would do a great job at keeping wind and rain from going up there. Moving up is a draft flap and chin guard for extra comfort, and the hood has a rear draw cord to adjust the fit. The hood itself is a standard size, no oversized brim for heavy snow, but it does have a tall collar to keep your neck warm. For the functionality, I rated an 8 out of 10. So how does the down sweater hoodie fit? Starting off with some measurements, shoulder to shoulder measures to 17.5 inches, chest measures to 22.5 inches, sleeve length to 26 inches, and the length is 27 inches. Here's how it looks on me. This is in a size medium and it fits true to size. First impression, it feels really comfortable, but the proportions are a little off. With the narrow shoulders and wide chest, the fit looks slightly unbalanced. The shoulders feel a bit slim, while the chest area has extra volume that makes the shape look a bit odd. At 27 inches, it drops around mid-butt, so you don't get the full butt coverage for extra warmth. The sleeve measures 26 inches, which is perfect since they fall right at my wrist. When zipped up all the way, this jacket has one of the tallest collars I've ever seen. It goes past your mouth, which gives excellent protection from wind, snow, and rain. The hood doesn't have a long brim, so it won't shield you from extreme weather, but the trade-off is you keep full side visibility. Overall, rate the fit a 7 out of 10. Now let's talk about the warmth of the Patagonia down sweater hoodie. Right now it's about 22 degrees and I'm just wearing a t-shirt underneath. This jacket is filled with 9% goose down and 10% feather, giving it a fill power of 800. Considering that this jacket only weighs 437 grams, the warmth to weight ratio is insane. This jacket traps heat very efficiently without feeling bulky or heavy. The adjustable draw cords at the waist does a great job at sealing out cold air from blowing up the jacket. The hood is fully insulated with goose down, so it does a fantastic job at keeping your head warm. The extremely tall collar protects your neck and lower face from wind and snow. My only real complaint is the sleeve opening. The cuffs use a very thin elastic binding and there's no additional storm cuffs inside. That means if you're in windy conditions or moving around your arms a lot, cold air can easily sneak through the sleeves. But overall, this jacket performs really well considering how light it is. It's perfect for daily commuting. I'll rate the warmth an 8 out of 10. At $329, the Patagonia down sweater hoodie isn't cheap, but I think for the price, it's fair for the quality and construction that you're getting. Patagonia also puts a lot of effort in sustainability and making sure that their pieces stay out of landfill as long as possible. On top of that, Patagonia has a lifetime warranty, free repairs, and even a trade-in program where you can give your old jacket and get store credit. So for everything that you get, performance, durability, and support, I rate the value a 10 out of 10. That gives Patagonia a total score of 33 out of 40. Next up is the North Face Aconcagua 3. Starting off with the material, the shell is made from 100% recycled nylon and the lining is made from 100% polyester. The body is filled with 35% recycled down, 15% waterfowl feathers, and 50% polyester. The hood, side panel, top panel, underarm, and draft flap is filled with 90% recycled polyester sheet insulation. The jacket has a fill power of 600. The jacket weighs in at 720 grams. Let's go over the features of the North Face Aconcagua 3. It comes with a DWR coating so light rain and snow will beat off, but is not meant to be fully waterproof or windproof. You get 4 pockets in total, 2 zipper hand pockets on the front that are not fleece-lined, so don't expect much warmth, and 2 roomy pouches in the interior right and left side. The inside is lined with 100% polyester. One thing that stands out is that there is no draw cord at the waist. Most North Face jackets I own let you tighten the waist, but not this jacket, so expect this to fit looser around the hips. Hardware-wise, it uses reliable YKK Vislon zippers. This jacket does not have two-way zip. There's a storm flap underneath the zipper, but nothing on the outside. At the sleeves, you got elastic bound cuffs, but no storm cuff, so wind can easily sneak in. Moving up, there is a draft flap and chin guard for comfort, and the hood has a single draw cord at the back so you can tweak the fit. It's a standard size hood, but without the extra brim you get on some of their heavy-duty jackets. Overall, the Aconcagua 3 is a solid winter jacket, but is missing some adjustability and weather protection that you see on other North Face jackets. For functionalities, I'll give it a 7 out of 10. So how does the Aconcagua 3 fit? Starting off with some measurements, shoulder to shoulder measures to 18 inches, chest measures to 22 inches, sleeve lengths are 26 inches, and the length is 28 inches. Here's how it looks on me. This is in a size medium and it fits large. If you're in between sizes, I recommend going down a size. First impression, the jacket looks baggy. It has a slightly broader profile with its 18-inch shoulders and 22-inch chest, giving it that classic puffy down appearance. But there's not much taper through the torso. The chest stays 22 inches all the way down to the waist, which makes the jacket look a bit boxy. This jacket badly needs some waist adjusters. The length is 28 inches, which covers most of my butt. The sleeves are 26 inches, but they fall past my wrist. Zipped up all the way, the collar stops at the chin. The hood doesn't have a long brim and it feels flimsy. It doesn't offer much structure or protection against the wind and snow, but the trade-off is you keep full side visibility. Overall, I rate the fit a 6 out of 10. Now let's talk about the warmth of the North Face Aconcagua 3. It's about 22 degrees outside and I'm just wearing a t-shirt. This jacket is filled 35% down, 50% recycled waterfowl feathers, and 50% polyester, giving it a fill power of 600. At 720 grams, this jacket feels heavy for the amount of warmth that it gives. Because half the insulation is made of polyester, so it doesn't feel warm or as light compared to jackets that's made with down. The hood has no down at all, just polyester, so it doesn't keep your head that warm. There's also no waist adjuster, so cold air can easily sneak up through your torso. Overall, the warmth is a bit disappointing, but that's a trade-off when you're only spending $220. You're getting a budget-friendly option with sacrifices in insulation and material. For the warmth, I'll rate it a 6 out of 10. At $220, the Aconcagua 3 is one of the most affordable down jackets in this lineup, but there are some trade-offs. It uses 50% polyester fill, and the hood has no down insulation. It's all polyester, so the weight to warmth ratio is not good. That being said, it's a solid everyday down jacket with all the basic functionalities that you need. So for the value, I'll rate it an 8 out of 10. That gives North Face a total score of 27 out of 40. Now the moment that you've all been waiting for, the winner of the Patagonia versus North Face showdown is Patagonia down sweater hoodie with a final score of 33 out of 40. The weight to warmth ratio on this jacket is incredible. Plus you get free repairs and a lifetime warranty, so this jacket will last you for life. Here's a side-by-side look of both jackets along with its final scores. Let me know in the comments if you're team Patagonia or team North Face. If you're looking for more useful down jacket videos, click right here or here to see my entire playlist on down jackets, and I'll see you there.